Imagine you're driving home after a long day. The neighborhood road is quiet, the speed limit is steady at 30 kilometers an hour, and your mind is already on dinner. Then, just ahead, the pavement rises in a familiar, gentle curve. You ease off the accelerator. Your car lifts slightly, settles back down, and the moment passes. A few blocks later, another one appears. But this one stretches longer across the road, almost like a low, rolling wave. And later still, you cross one that feels flatter on top, almost like a small plateau. You've seen them 1,000 times. Yet, almost no one stops to ask, why don't they all look the same? Today we're exploring why speed breakers, those everyday rises in the road, come in so many different shapes and sizes. Not because of random construction choices, but because each one is quietly engineered for a very specific job. Let's begin with the single idea that unites every design: vertical deflection. When your tires roll over a raised section, the road forces them upward. At low speeds, the movement feels smooth. At higher speeds, it becomes a sharp jolt that compresses your suspension and reminds your body and your brain to slow down. It's not about damaging your car, it's about making higher speeds feel noticeably uncomfortable. Think of it like stepping over a low curb. Walk slowly and it's nothing. Try to jog and you feel the impact through your knees. The shape of the breaker controls exactly how sudden that step feels. A short, steep profile creates a quick, strong push. A longer, gentler one spreads the same upward movement over more distance and time, so the car can safely travel a little faster while still receiving the message. Now let's meet the main types, each shaped for a different kind of street. The classic speed bump is the one most people picture first. Short, usually only 1 to 2 feet long in the direction you drive, and relatively steep, rising 3 to 6 inches. These are the sharp ones you find in parking lots, school entrances, or private compounds. They're designed to bring cars down to roughly 5 to 10 kilometers per hour. Short and steep means even a modest speed feels unmistakable. Next come the speed humps, longer, lower, and more forgiving. Typically 12 to 14 feet from start to finish and only 3 to 4 inches high, they rise and fall in a smooth, rounded arc. On residential streets, these are the workhorses. They let traffic flow at 15 to 20 kilometers per hour while still discouraging anyone from treating the road like a highway. Then there are speed tables. Imagine a hump that has been given a flat top long enough for all 4 wheels of an ordinary car to rest level for a second. The ramps on either side are gentle. The plateau is wide. These are often used where buses, delivery vans, or frequent pedestrian crossings matter. The flat section reduces the rocking motion passengers feel, yet the overall rise still slows traffic effectively. And finally, the cleverest variation for roads that need emergency access: speed cushions. These look like several smaller humps placed side by side with deliberate gaps between them. Regular cars still feel the full vertical push, but wider vehicles, ambulances, fire trucks, buses, can position their wheels in the gaps and cross almost without slowing. One simple shape change protects lives on both sides of the siren. So why go to all this trouble instead of picking one universal design? Because every road has its own story. A quiet cul-de-sac needs strong slowing for children playing. A main route serving a hospital needs to let emergency vehicles move quickly. A street with heavy trucks needs profiles that won't rattle cargo or damage suspensions over time. Engineers choose the shape after studying the road's speed data, the types of vehicles that use it, and the 85th percentile speed, the speed most drivers naturally settle into. Even the curve itself is calculated. Some breakers use a parabolic profile, a gentle quadratic curve that gives a predictable, constant rate of rise. Others use a sinusoidal shape, like half a gentle wave, which offers the smoothest possible change in curvature and the least harsh jolt to your car's suspension. These aren't decorative choices. They're quiet refinements that make the breaker safer for your vehicle while still doing its job. The idea itself is older than most of us realize. In 1953, Nobel Prize-winning physicist Arthur Holly Compton was chancellor at Washington University in St. Louis. He noticed cars speeding past the campus, putting students at risk. So he designed what he called traffic control bumps, the first modern speed hump. A scientist, not a traffic engineer, saw a simple problem and solved it with a thoughtful rise in the road. That single insight quietly spread around the world and became the foundation for every variation we see today. Next time you feel that familiar lift under your tires, pause for half a second. That small rise isn't an annoyance, it's a precisely shaped guardian, designed not just to slow cars but to protect people, match the rhythm of the street, and fit the real world it serves. Everyday objects like speed breakers carry more intelligence than we usually notice. They're small reminders that thoughtful design can make ordinary life safer without ever announcing itself. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, please give it a like and share it with someone who might enjoy it too. Don't forget to subscribe to Decoding Every Day and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next everyday mystery. Let me know in the comments, what should we decode next?